Okay, this is my experience that I had. Well, actually, me and my sister and a couple other people. We were, I think we were playing cards. And then after we played cards at the bookstore, one of the guys just bought a new iPhone for the first time. And, so it was like after we played cards and we were sitting there and my sister was trying to show the other guy how to use his new iPhone. It was just like a day or two old. And they were, my sister was like, I think she was teaching him how to text or whatever. And she was just saying, they were just saying stuff like, it was nothing like put a stick up your ass or anything like that. And it was just stuff like where to find McDonald's or something like that. Totally nothing like put a stick up your butt. But so anyway, I personally think either it was direct tampering by, alien, or somehow, whenever you hear about artificial intelligence, I mean, like, people don't really give examples of it. It's kind of hard to understand, but not really. I mean, like, okay, you have this brain implant. Well, everybody has implants, alien implants, I have no doubt. And so, that's artificial intelligence. It's not human, it's not an alien, I mean, it's technology. It's called artificial intelligence. Well, and like I said, supposedly it's been going on millions and millions of years, the artificial intelligence. And like I say, they can somehow get into your computer system and do stuff, that the intelligence coming off the implant or whatever. Well, anyway, I think this was probably direct tampering by alien, but it could have been my implant. The reason why I know it was either my implant communicated to the cell phone, because, well, at the time, I mean, I didn't have any, I wasn't dicking around with my cell phone. I mean, it was turned off or whatever. It wasn't my cell phone trying to communicate to a cell phone. It was either my brain, my implant, my non-physical implant that I have in the back of my head, or maybe other implants in my leg or whatever, or my ear implant. Shit, I don't know. I just figured it's probably the implant at the back of my head that's probably, that probably communicated to the cell phone. Or, like I said, it could have been somehow direct tampering by alien where it did something, by my thoughts to his cell phone, his new iPhone. Okay, so anyway, here's how it went down. So this was like 4 o'clock on a Saturday, and it was after we played cards, and it was in 2014. And I knew it was anomalous, but none of the other people, I don't hang around, nobody I hang around with are enlightened. And, so anyway, well, which is kind of boring to try to interact with people like that because they're not on your same level, and they're never going to be. Most likely. I mean, if you don't become enlightened by the age of 38 or 40, you're not gonna be. Okay, so anyway, and I think the aliens control all of that. Like who becomes enlightened and who doesn't. But, okay, so anyway, okay, so this woman went over there to where the water and stuff is and was pouring water or whatever, or she was getting creamer or whatever. And I was just sitting right there by her, and I looked over at her, I cocked my head to the left, and her butt was in my face. So, so then I was just like, her butt was just right there. I mean, she wasn't a real skinny woman, but she wasn't real fat either. But, so I just, how sometimes you just have these weird, just random, fleeting thoughts, and you're not even trying to have them. So I was just looking at her butt, you know what I mean? Because her butt was in my face or whatever. And I started having just some weird random thoughts. I wasn't even trying to have them. About her booty or whatever. Because her butt was in my face. Okay, so and I think she had like white pants on. Okay, so anyway, So anyway, so my sister was sitting there telling the other guy how to use his new iPhone. And they were text talking like, where's McDonald's? Where's Walmart? Shit like that. Well, you're not going to believe what came up on the screen of the iPhone. And I know, like I say, I was just sitting there having these random thoughts about butt or whatever, but I wasn't even trying to. It's just, you know, it was inadvertent, you know what I'm saying? So I know somehow, and I do not believe it was human agents like the NSA or anything like that. They can read your brain. Human agents can read your brain to a certain degree. But, I mean, not like 24/7, 365 like the aliens can. I mean, like, the government has only given me one experience. I think there's a couple other virtual reality experiences that they've given me. But they've only given me one experience that I know of where they were reading my brain. That's one compared to billions and billions and billions of my alien tampering. So anyway, so, you know, her butt was in my face or whatever. I mean, not really in my face, but the chair was really close to where people stand there and get their water. You know, their back is turned and they're getting water or whatever. Or creamer or whatever. So then I was just like having these fleeting thoughts or whatever, but they were just inadvertent and random, you know, because her butt was in my face. Okay, so anyway, then, like I say, a couple minutes later, you know, my sister, they were still talking into the iPhone, like, where's McDonald's? Shit like that. It was nothing about put a stick up your ass. Nothing about that. So anyway, so as they were experimenting with the iPhone, what came up next, after I already started thinking about these inadvertent thoughts about somebody's butt, or that woman's butt or whatever, what came up on the cell phone was put a stick up their butt. It came up just like that, put a stick up their butt. It didn't say ass or anything like that. That's what I put in there, but that's what I just said. But that's not what the iPhone said. The iPhone said, put a stick up their butt. And like I say, they weren't saying anything about stick or butt or anything like that. And they just kind of looked at it and they were just kind of laughing and shit like, and I was just like, I knew it was all like fucking anomalous and shit. But, you know, you can't tell unenlightened people that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyway, so then I went to England, because see, I knew it was anomalous, right? But those dumbasses, you know, they're unenlightened, so they don't know anything about artificial intelligence. They don't know about alien implants. They don't know about aliens. They're stuck in the matrix, so they're dumbed down and they're stupid. You know, my sister and all those other people we play cards with. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying. My sister, she's actually becoming enlightened a little bit. Not on my level, but, okay, so anyway, so in 2014, this was after this experience, and I want to say it was around May or June, and then in 2014 was the last year I went to England, and then in the end of July, this experience already happened, and then at the end of July I went to England, and so I asked the host, the crop circle host, I told her about this experience. I don't think I said that it spelled out put a stick up their butt. I didn't say that. I didn't say it like that. But I was, you know, just trying to tell her what happened. And she said, well, like I said, she did say, well, you know, the government can kind of come in and do stuff like that. You know, the NSA or whatever. And, you know, because like I say, it was in 2014, and I knew it was kind of anomalous because whoever tampered with the iPhone to make it come up, put a stick up their butt, it was definitely going off my brain, my thoughts. And we'll see, like I say, the government, I know to a certain degree, they can, you know, they can experiment and read people's thoughts to a certain degree. Because like I say, I only have one experience where they've done that to me. and then they stuck me in virtual reality. But like I say, it may just be coincidental that they stuck me out in the driveway. I don't know. I mean, how did they know that I was wanting to go out into my driveway and take off the scuff mark, you know, in my driveway, the tire mark? How did they know that? But like I say, maybe they just decided to stick me out in the, maybe they didn't know that part. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. But yeah, they did give me, this woman agent gave me this virtual reality experience, stuck me out in my driveway, and I was sitting there in the sun, 1 p.m. in the sun. This was under virtual reality at 6 o'clock in the morning. That was in March of 2014. And, oh shit, was that 2013? No, it was in March of 2014. And so anyway, so I just assumed that somehow they were reading my brain, the government, because they knew I wanted to go out there and clean that scuff mark off. But eventually winter came and it just all faded away anyway. I never had to go out there to clean it off. So, but anyway, so I think it could have been my alien implant communicating to the, I don't believe it was government agents, like sitting there, you know, at their desks in their cubicle and directly like, okay, we're gonna fuck with this guy's new iPhone. I mean, he's not even an experiencer. Well, I think everybody is, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, if anything, they would be jacking with my phone, you know what I'm saying? Not his phone. But I seriously think my implant somehow communicated to the iPhone, to his new iPhone, like I say, or it was just sort of like direct tampering by, you know, by an alien, most likely reptilian, that either somehow directly made it come up like that, like put a stick up their butt, because yeah, that's totally the reptilian's personality. They would totally say something like that, because they're funny as hell. Or, you know, it did something to my implant, or, you know, or it just knew how to do whatever to the cell phone, to that guy's iPhone, to make it come up, put a stick up their butt. But anyway, I don't believe it was government agents. Like I said, I believe it was most likely the aliens. Either just, but like I say, it could have been just unbeknownst to the aliens. This experience, it could have been unbeknownst to the aliens, but literally just this little piece of artificial intelligence that communicated from my brain to the iPhone, you know, because it was going off my thoughts right before this happened, put a stick up their butt, you know, on the iPhone. It could have just been artificial intelligence. I mean, when most people talk about it, it is really hard to understand and shit, but this experience is very, very easy to understand. So thanks for listening.